Hello, lovely viewers. You're welcome to Marriage Diary on Lifestyle TV. Yes, as we always do, we have a lot for you here. So I'd like you to stay tuned. Just relax and enjoy yourself. Today, I have a lovely guest in the studio. But before I introduce our guest, my name is Nyonuzaze Rebecca Takuma. And my guest is Mrs. Charlotte B.C. Afo. You are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So today we want to talk about marriage. We want to know the genesis or the basis of marriage. Before someone will enter into marriage or love to enter into marriage, I think the person has to prepare him or herself to know what he or she is going to enter into. So we don't just rush into marriage. You know, as God himself took his time to prepare a man and prepare a woman before uniting them or bringing them together. So if you are a man or a woman, we want to know what are the things you have to know before you enter into marriage. So what is marriage? What at all is marriage? Mrs. Charlotte.
Thank you, Nyonuzaze. Marriage is an interesting topic. And then marriage is a union between a man and a woman.
Okay.
And then this journey has to be taken between the two, just the two.
Yeah,
I said just the two for a purpose, and I'll explain it further.
Okay.
When the two agree to come together as a man and then a woman, it's so beautiful in a way that one, they put God first.
Okay.
And then when we want to look at it biblically, a Bible verse that explains to us or give us direction about how to go about it, we can see that from Mark 10:7 and 8.
Okay.
And it says that, for this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife.
Okay.
Verse 8 says, and the two will become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one.
Wow.
So this is the direction God is giving us, that once you agree to be partners or be united together as a man and a woman, it means that this has to guide you. You need to be together. And then in doing this, you have to have so many things in mind that we have to be together. What I have to do, I have to involve you.
Okay.
Any other thing I have to do, if it's decision making, I have to involve you. Or whatever I do, I have to consider you as my partner.
Okay.
Because I'm no longer just Charlotte,
Okay.
but Charlotte and someone.
All right.
That becomes one.
One.
You know,
Two becoming one.
Yes, it's so interesting that we know that 1 + 1 is 2.
Yes.
But with Bible, it says that a man and a woman, they're no longer two, but becomes one.
One.
And that is where the difficulty is. How the two will become one. And then narrowing it down, it makes understanding it quite difficult. But if we take this Bible verse seriously, we realize that those who accepted this Bible verse, they enjoy their marriage.
Okay.
Because it guides them that the two become one. Thank you.
Which means they have one understanding.
They have
one common goal.
one common goal, one understanding. If I have to travel, I don't have to wait till I pick my bag, hang it on my shoulder, and I said, okay, bye-bye, I am going. No. Just as it comes to my mind that I have to travel,
Yes.
in planning, I have to inform my partner.
Okay.
This is what I want to do. What do you think about it? Then my partner will suggest, okay, either go ahead, or this time is not appropriate.
Yes.
So when it happens that way, and then you involve your partner into your decision making, she can oppose it or he can oppose your decision. Either you advise you go ahead or hold on for a time being.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which means when it happens like that, there is unity.
There's unity.
Is oneness.
And there's respect for each other. And this respect, it boosts the marriage.
Okay.
Because you respect me, how do I go against you? No, every time I have to ponder about that respect that you give me, in addition to the love, that, oh, this is how he sees me, in a way that in everything I do, I have to think about how well you treat me.
Yeah.
So there's no way I'll also misbehave towards you. Because even if I felt like that one would click in my mind that, no, he always treats you well, so you too respect.
Wow.
So
Vice
that's the
versa.
angle. Yes, vice versa.
The man should respect the wife, and then the wife should also respect the man.
Yes, when we take it that way, it's easier.
Okay.
Then the love comes gradually.
Okay.
It comes unknowingly. You don't struggle with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks so much. But going further, we are in Africa.
Yes.
We are in Africa. So we put our family first. When you're going to marry, you have to, the woman comes from a background, a family background, and then the man also comes from a family background. But this is the case you are saying, a man, or the Bible is saying, a man shall forsake or leave the father and mother and cleave to the wife.
Yes.
So what should someone or the understanding be like when coming together with a family background?
Thank you very much. When coming together as a husband and a wife, you are physically leaving your parents' house.
Okay.
So once you move out, means you creating your new family, which now is your nuclear family, you and a wife to start with. Okay. So you have your nuclear family, but we all agree that you also have your extended family, which is right. Okay. But what happened is that your major or your decision making, your plans should be taken with you and your wife or you and your husband.
Okay.
So in your nuclear home, all your decisions are taken there. All your plans are taken there. Then you could also plan for the extended.
Okay.
Involving the two of you. What can we do to assist our extended family? Or whose fees are we paying this term? Then the wife and the husband agree on one thing.
We are back to agreement again.
Yes. Then we do that.
Okay.
So if it's actual school fees we're paying this term from the nuclear family, then we budget towards it. Then we do it. Then it's beautiful. Rather than a man alone dip his hand into his pocket and go and give the money to Ajwa without the wife knowing. When she later finds out, there will be conflict in the home. But if I know and I'm part of the planning, I'm part of the decision making, I have accepted that, yes, we have to help Ajwa because one, she's intelligent, and two, she's a family member. Then there will be no problem.
Okay, viewers, I hope you're following the program, this Marriage Diary on Lifestyle TV. And my guest for today is Mrs. Charlotte B.C. Afum. We are going through marriage, the fundamental of marriage. And then she's saying that marriage is the union between the husband and the wife. Okay, Mrs. B.C.
Yes.
I started something by saying we are in the African culture, whereby we come from a family background, the man and the woman. Maybe the woman is an Ewe, and then the man is a Gan or a Fancy coming together. And we are saying the marriage is made up of the two of them coming. Once they get married, they have to let go of the extended family. Can we just let go totally? Or still every morning we have to, hey, mommy, yes, my husband, and then, oh, my wife, this. And is it good to also allow the family to pop their nose, or do they have to, let me use that word, pop nose into the marriage?
Thank you, Nyanuzaze. That's a very good question, because we face that a lot in our society. Okay. When we marry, when a man and a woman get married and move physically out of the house, it's not like they are leaving the extended for good. Okay. But that union has to be protected. when you marry and you're still in your parents' house, they decide for you. One, because of the blood ties.
Okay.
You were more closer to your parents. And now you have somebody that you have to steady and then now clinch to. So for that to be successful, that is how you move out.
Okay.
But they still remain your family. So if the parent, if the woman's parents are alive, the man's parents are alive. During the decision making, they factor that into the planning.
Okay.
That every month, how much can we apportion to our parents?
Wow, you're going somewhere. Continue.
Yes. Then apart from that, if there are other people that you were taking care of before you got married, then you add those ones too. That is why it's good to speak the truth to your partner when you are courting, when you are in a relationship. So let your partner know that I'm taking care of 10 people. So if you supposed to be my husband and then you tell me I take care of 10 people, and then you also come and said, okay, I take care of 3 people. 10 plus 3 making what? 13 plus 2 of you making what? 15. Wow. So this is what you have. And then that is what you're going to work with. If you didn't do it, there will be wahala. Okay. You can reduce their budget in a way. Okay? Depending on your ability. How much you have, you need to first take care of yourselves, your home first, then you extend your hand to them. But you don't forget about them. Okay. Yes.
Wow. You don't forget about your parents, but or the extended family. You still have to keep them up in mind. And they have to also keep you up, checking on you somehow.
Somehow. And you know, in our society, sometimes you go into the secondary school, your auntie says, oh, take a bag of rice, or take a Milo.
That's so lovely.
Sugar, Gary. So when you are done with school and now you're working, you can't say because you are married, you will not look at them.
You see?
There will be trouble for you.
Wow.
So you just have to do it beautifully. Or even if it's once in a year that you give them package, maybe every Christmas you give them parcel, they will appreciate it. They will know that at least you haven't forgotten them.
Okay. Okay. So, coming back to forsaking all others and cleaving to each other. Forsaking all others. But this is the case, I'm married to a man, and then still my husband allow his friends to come in even without my knowledge and all that. How is the woman supposed to manage or cope with that for understanding or peace to reign in the home?
Okay. Thank you, Nyanuzaze. When it happens that way, it means that there's a problem with the communication between the couple. So that gap, that is where the friends are feeling now. So one, the woman has to check, what am I not doing right? Where am I going wrong? Or where am I letting go of my husband that he's now able to come along with his friends instead of I being his everything? So you check yourself first. If you couldn't find any reason, then you could now speak to your counselor. The one who counseled you before you got married. You speak to them. Sometimes because they are in the marriage for years, they can predict things. And then they could, once you start giving them your story, they know where you will land or how it will end. So when you speak with them, now the counselor will give you 1 or 2 or 3 things to do. Okay, check it this way, if your husband will change. If it didn't work, then the second one, you fall on plan 2. If that one too didn't work, then plan 3. If it didn't work, that means that you have to let the counselor come in and speak to both of you at early stage before it gets out of hand. Because if they started coming 2, 3, 4, if occasionally there's no problem with that, you just have to prepare yourself, get some meal for them, entertain them, maybe few hours, they go away. There's no problem with that. But where it happens continuously, then there's a problem, and you need to check it.
Thanks so much. I think you are making a point, but then later I also want to add, I think we also need to know our partner before we enter into marriage. Yes, true. When you were saying that, it came into my mind because maybe the man or the woman I want to get married to has a lot of friends. They move together and not have fun, weekends, they go out. And then when you met the man, you didn't really consider that. You were only interested into about the marriage. You see, so I think that can also create problem in your relationship or the marriage, if you can say something more about that.
Okay, it could, but the man too has to, just as you would do your homework before entering the marriage, so the man will also do his homework before entering the marriage. So whilst I'm preparing to get married, I am informing my friends that I'm getting married at this time. Okay, so doing that means that I wouldn't have much time to be spending with you, my other lady friends. Maybe we could talk on phone 1 or 2 things, but not as maybe I'll leave my home and visit you for a day or 2. Maybe weekend. That one, I wouldn't be able to do it. So likewise, the man too has to do that. You are marrying, so you have to inform them that, okay, you cut down your activities that you do with them. And now do more things together with your partner. Okay, so if you inform your friends, sometimes they will be hurt at the beginning, but with time they will be adjusting to it, and then finally they will relax. But if you couldn't do that, and then your friends take over the relationship, then the relationship will struggle and finally collapse.
Okay, thanks so much. You're watching Lifestyle TV on, and the topic we're discussing today is about the introduction or the basic things we need to know before entering into marriage diary. Okay, we want to go into this marriage thing better. There are so many mistakes people are making in their marriage because they rush into marriage. Can I say someone rushed into marriage? Is it possible for someone to just rush into marriage? Because I would say maybe people are getting married, my colleagues are getting married, so I need to also get married. Or I'm growing old, my mates are younger than me and they are married and I'm not. So can we say someone has rushed into marriage?
Yes. There are times that, mostly it's with ladies. We don't have time, so we don't like to waste time at all. We just want to do it and do it fast. Then we go away, forgetting the outcome, that when it did not go well, it will hit us hard. So a lady can meet a guy, taking 2 weeks, they want to get married. The lady will be ready for it. Just 2 weeks, she will be ready for it. Why? Because she felt she can go into marriage. It's not too bad though. But if you did not have your counseling, because our counseling, that is where you get to know the man very well. Things that he wouldn't open up and tell you. The counselors will throw questions, and because you are there, you listen to his response to the question. And based on that, you can take your decision, whether to go on with him or not. So if you dodge the counseling, and then you just enter into the marriage with your own understanding, just how you think, how you say it. Mostly people say that if you look at marriage from outside, it's so beautiful that you want to have. But inside it, there are so many endurance that people go through that you can't come out and then frown your face for everybody to know that you are in pain, you are in this. No. You know, women are in pain, but they come out, dress up, wear their makeup and smile. But that should not push anybody into marriage, we should go through the necessary steps.
Okay.
So we have the person that we want to have.
Okay.
So if the person passed all those tests, anyway, not forgetting that there is character that a man or a woman can hide. I can hide.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I can hide a character that you would never know until the time that I want to unfold it.
Okay.
Maybe by then I want to show you my real character.
Can you give us some examples of those characters?
Yes, a woman can be very, very abusive, insulting,
Okay.
very disturbing,
Sharp
troublesome. Yes, you wouldn't just understand anything.
Okay.
You say 1, she says 10. And then you say 2, she has to say 20. So if it happens that way and the man too is not patient or matured, then the man throws the hand.
Wow.
Then there's fight. And the same way a man can maybe not loving you alone, but loving other women in addition to you.
Secret one.
Yes, he can be hiding it as long as you want to hide it. But maybe one day God will unfold it.
Yeah.
And when you get to know, because of shame, he will now start fighting you. You see how it goes. So at that time, he cannot hide it anymore.
Yeah.
It's already out. So these are the things that if the person decides to hide it, you cannot do anything about it. Maybe unless you pray and then God reveal it to you. Apart from that, the person can cover up and get married to you. After some years, then unfold it.
Wow.
Then it disturbs your plan.
This is another big topic on its own. I will be entering them much deeper because this thing has been happening or it's been going on, especially when a man or a guy sees a woman he or she wants to marry or he wants to marry and but doesn't have enough money. You see, he'll go and borrow someone's car and things just to, So we'll go into that more deeper. Okay, viewers, you're watching Lifestyle TV Marriage Diary, as we always do on our set. Today is another edition of a good topic we're talking about today with my guest, Mrs. Charlotte BC Afo. So just hold on a bit and we have a lot for you today.